Okay, so we will continue our discussion on the discrete probability distribution. This time, what we're going to discuss is the Poisson distribution. Okay, so to understand Poisson distribution, okay, we have to know first the yan. So Poisson distribution, no, experiments yielding to numerical values of a random variable x, the number of outcomes occurring during given time interval or in specified region are called Poisson experiments. So from from the last discussion that we have na yung binomial distribution natin, meron siyang tatawag na repeated trials. So dito sa Poisson distribution, we have what we call the Poisson experiment. So from the term itself, Poisson experiment, so meron din siyang, katulad ng ating Poisson distribution, meron siyang mga processes. Okay? So meron siyang given time interval or any length no, na ating kino-consider. So, just like from the Poisson distribution, ito yung kanyang mga Poisson processes no, or yung mga properties. Yan. So number one, the number of outcomes occurring in one time interval or specified region of space is independent, okay, take note of this, independent on the number that occur in any other disjoint time interval or region. In this sense, we say that the Poisson process has no memory. So, yun yung unang process or should I say property or assumption na kailangan natin tignan. Number two, the probability that a single outcome will occur during a very short time interval or in a small region is proportional to the length of the time interval or the size of the region does not depend on the number of outcomes occurring outside the time interval or region. So, ibig sabihin na siya, doon lang sa specified time length. So, kung consider natin yan, mukhang, bawa dito lang, let's say, from 0 to 3. Yan. Ito lang yung consider natin. No? Na time interval. Nandyan lang. Hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas doon sa kanyang range. No? Kung ano man yung binanggit. No? Whatever it is, pwedeng exact, may specified range, pwedeng at to a certain number. Okay? So, katulad ng ating binomial distribution. Next, number 3, the probability that more than one outcome will occur in a such short time interval or fall in a such small region is negligible. So, kapag sobrang liit or yung time natin or time interval natin, negligible na yung ating mga outcome, no? Or yung probability na magiging masyado ng maliit kasi yun. So, here na meron ako highlight or binold no, na letters. No? Ito na yung ating Poisson distribution. From those three processes, we will come up with this. The number x of outcomes occurring during a Poisson experiment, yan yun, na may process, is called the Poisson random variable. Yung kanina meron tayong, or yung nakaraan, meron tayong binomial random variable. This time, we have the Poisson random variable. And its probability distribution, of course, on the other hand, is the Poisson distribution. Okay? So, the same thing with the binomial distribution, meron din tayong tatawag na ito, yung ating probability distribution ng Poisson random variable x. So, yan, no? Representing yan ito, yung x, or doon sa table, yan nga, makikita natin, mukhang letter R ulit yan, no? Then, we have this lambda t, yan. Actually, this lambda t is denoted also as the mean, no? Bakit? So, titingnan natin, no, ito daw, yung probability is equal to e raised to the negative lambda t multiplied by lambda t raised to x over x factorial. So, ito yan, pwedeng 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Where lambda, ito, is the average number. Yan, average number. Di ba ang average number is the mean, yan, of outcomes per unit time. So, distance, area, or volume. And E is, ito, 2.71828, yan. Ngayon, since kung yung lambda natin is average number of outcomes per unit time, parang lumalabas na siya. Let's say, unit ng mean over time, so multiplied by t, ito. No, time to multiplied by time. So, lalabas na lang na yung ating lambda t, yan, is unit ng mean. So, sabihin, ito rin siya, yung ating mu. Kaya kung titingnan natin sa table, no, mamaya, makikita nyo na walang lambda t kayo makikita kundi mu or mean. Okay? Kasi yun nga, no? Yung lambda t is an average number of outcomes per unit time multiplied by time. So that is a mean value. Okay? So, Katulad ng binomial distribution, we have what we call kung meron tayong binomial sum, meron tayong Poisson probability sum. Ito yon. So, the same process, no, kung ito yung kanina, no, yan, pwede nating isa-isahin. Ngayon, dahil nga, may convenience tayo about sa table, pwede mo naman isa-isahin, no, depende sa'yo kung gusto mo. Bawa, isa-isang, let's say from 0 to 3. Okay, from ganyan, 0 to 2. Isa-isahin mo yan, no, from 0 to 2. No, depende sa kung ano yung gusto mong sagot, or depende kung ano yung lambda. So, yan. So, mag-iisa-isa ka ng kukumputin. So, kung hindi naman, gagamit tayo ng table, katulad natin binomial distribution. So, ito na yon. Yeah. So, makikita sa table, ito. So, yun nga, tulad ng sabi ko, itong mu na nakalagay dito is the lambda t. Yan, ito yon. No, dahil nga, lambda is average number or mean per unit time times time is mean. Okay? Then, yung r, ito rin yung ating mga x, no? Yan, from 0, 1, 2, 3. So, parang katulad kayo sa binomial, or nakakara sa binomial distribution, titignan na natin siya in a sense na para tayong tumitingin ng multiplication table or parang graph, no? Something like that. Okay? So, to have sample problem with Poisson distribution, let's answer this one. Yes. During a laboratory experiment, an average number of radioactive material particles passing through a counter in 1 millisecond is 4. The question is, what is the probability that 6 particles enter the counter in a given millisecond? Yan. So, from that problem, mukhang ang pinapahanap sa atin, mayroon tayong binigyan tayo ng mean, no? So, nakalagay na dito na average number, ito na, of radioactive particles ay nakalagay. Average number, this is a mean. No, ano daw? Through counter in 1 millisecond is 4. So, lalabas yung ating lambda t or mean is equal to 4. Ayun, nakalagay na. Or 4 particles. Ngayon, ano yung x natin? Sa 6 natin siya titignan. Ayan, nakalagay dito. 6 particles. So, apply natin yung probability sum. Yan. Yan, no? So, kunin na lang natin to. Yan. Applying this, itong probability sum na to. Yan. So, apply natin yan. So, meron na tayong x na 6 or equal din sa r. Then, meron na tayong lambda t or mu. So, titignan na lang natin siya, no? Gamit yung ating table. No, ganun na lang siya. Ganun siya kadali. Dahil, kailangan natin makita to in a sense na, yan, no? Parang lumalabas siya na, 6, no? 6 daw sa particle na yon will enter in a given millisecond. So, dahil sum yung tinitignan natin sa table, mukhang kailangan natin ng exactly 6. Ito. Kailangan maging x is equal to 6. So, titignan natin yung table. Hanapin natin x equals to 6 na merong mu na mean na 4. So, ito, mu. Yan, ito. So, tingnan natin dito 4. Ayan, nakita na natin ito. Then, hanapin natin yung r or x na 6. Ito yon. Yan. So, titingnan natin. Mukhang nandito siya. Ito. Ito yon. Pero dahil exactly 6 ang hinahanap natin, no, we want to have a 6, no, probability na 6. Yan. Ganyan siya, no? Ganyan natin tinitignan. No? Or kung i-rewrite natin yung ating probability sum, parang P6 4, yan, is equal to, yan, probability na exactly 6, or sum ng 6, okay? Ulit. Yan, isin natin. Lalabas siya, or summation, dahil exactly 6 na x from 0 to 6, no, na, yun, no, probability, or Poisson distribution na x, tapos 4, yun nga, 0 to 6, minus, summation ng from 0 to 5. Kasi ang hinahanap natin is that 6 particles or just like I've said, exactly 6. Okay? So that is probability or Poisson distribution or probability sum ng x na 4. So kung titingnan natin ulit, balikan natin yung table. So dito, para sa 6, no, yung summation ng ating probability ng, or Poisson probability sum ng para sa 4 na mean, ito, from 0 to 6 ay lalabas na equal sa 0.8893. So, kailangan natin, dahil exactly 6, hanapin natin yung pang 5. Ito, para mabawas natin. Kasi kung gagawa natin nga ng line graph, balik tayo sa problem. Kung gagawa natin nga ng line graph, dito na lang. Parang from 0 dito 6. Tapos ito, 5. Yan. Ang hinahanap mo, exactly 6. So, parang lalabas, magbabawas ka, no? Ito, from 0 to 5. Kasi babawas mo, let's say, yung from 0 to 6, ito. So, matitira, ito lang. Okay? So, balikan natin yung table. Yan, tingnan natin ngayon yung 5. So, kung 5 yan, kung mean ay 4, ito siya, no? So, lalabas na yung ating summation ng mga probability sum ng x o 4 ang mean from 0 to 5 is equal to 0.7851. So, kung babalikan natin yung solution natin, so, ibabawas na lang natin siya. No? 0.8893 minus 0.7851. So, it will give us an answer of 0.1042 or kung gagawin natin naka-percent yan, 10.42%. So, this is our answer on this problem. Yun. So, katulad lang din ng ating binomial distribution, kapag sinasabing eksakto, since gumagamit tayo ng probability sum table, mukhang kailangan natin itong isubtract, no? Dahil kabuuan yung tinitingnan natin sa pag-table. Eh, we are dealing with exact values, kaya sinasubtract natin. Okay? So, that is for example number 1. So, now let's move to example number 2. 10 is the average number of all tankers arriving each day at a certain port. The facilities at the port can handle at most, no, so look at the term, at most 15 tankers per day. What is the probability on a given day tankers have to be turned away? O, yan yung ating tinatanong. So, kung titignan natin, mukhang pag sinasabi natin at, di ba pag at least, parang greater than or equal to, di ba? Pag at least, no? If you still remember. Pag at most, kung titingnan natin yung problem, parang x natin is at most greater than lang kasi hindi tayo pwede lumagpas dun eh. Or at most, or should I say, parang hindi tayo pwede bumaba pala. No? Greater than 15. Kasi at most eh. So, kung yan yung hinahanap, so ang hinahanap sa atin is the probability na x is greater than 15. Paano yun? Parang lumalabas yung ating p plus q is equal to 1. Naalala niyo pa ba? P plus q is equal to 1. O ganun pa rin. So, kung ganun yun, lalabas to, kung ito yung ating success rate yung p, 1 minus, ano kaya to? Yung ima-minus natin. So, kung at most yan, that means this is equal to probability ng x is less than kasi mas mababa eh. 'Di ba? Hindi pwedeng bumaba ng 15. So, dapat or hindi pwedeng mas mababa sa 15. No? Dapat mas mataas sa 15. Or hindi rin pwedeng maging 15 kasi at most. So, less than equal to 15. O, yan yung pinapahanap sa atin na probability. Okay? So, yan, no? Yan yung pinapakompute sa atin. So, kung yan pa yung pinapakompute sa atin, mukhang kailangan nating hanapin, no? Itong x is less than or equal to 15. So, lumalabas na yan, mag-sum tayo from 15 or from 0 to 15, hanggang dun lang. So, kung titingnan natin yung table, balikan natin. So, meron ba sa atin binigay na lambda t? So, tignan, basahin natin yung problem. Nakalagay dito, 10 is the average number. Ayan na, nakalagay. 10 is the average number. So, ang mean natin ay 10. Or ito rin yung ating lambda t, no? 10. So, kung titingnan natin sa table, kailangan mahanap muna natin yung mean na may 10. Yan. O, ito sakto, dito na. Ito daw, yung mean natin na 10, tapos yung x natin ay nasa 15. Ito. Yan, kita agad. No? So, lalabas, ito na, 0.9513, yung probability, or probability sum. So, kung babalikan natin solution, so, lalabas yan, equal sa 1 minus, yan, summation ng, ano daw, probability sum ng x, tapos ang mean natin ay 10, pero ranging from 0 to 15. So, yan na, 1 minus, o balikan natin na to, yan, nakalagay 0.9513. So, 1 minus 0.9513. So, yung lalabas sa sagot natin, doon sa ating pinapahat na probability na at most 15 ay equal sa 0.0487 or kung gagawin natin percent, 4.87%. O, yan yung sagot natin for this problem. Okay? So, let's consider nga, no, kapag ito ay mukhang gumagamit ng term ng at most, pwede rin naman yung pa naging at least, so pabaliktad naman, di ba? Parang katulad sa ating binomial distribution. Okay? So, that is for example, number 2. So, now, let's have the approximation of binomial distribution by a Poisson distribution. So, ano yun? Ano yung tinutukoy dito na approximation of binomial distribution by a Poisson distribution? Since we've discussed Poisson distribution and binomial distribution, let's take a look, no, kapag may tinatawag na tayo na approximation. Okay? So it should be evident nga yung three processes or principles ng ating Poisson processes ay related sa ating binomial distribution, no? Somehow. Dahil tinitingnan natin in terms of the mean, no? Since we are talking about also with lambda t, no? So, yan. So, makikita natin yan doon sa ating mga naging example. Okay? So, to have this one, yan. So, yan, no? In the case of a binomial, if n is quite large and p is small, the conditions begin to simulate the continuous space or time implication of the Poisson process. Okay? The independence among Bernoulli trials, no, 'di ba, pag Bernoulli or binomial distribution Bernoulli process yung titingnan natin, case is consistent with the principle 2 of the Poisson process. So, ano ba yung Poisson number 2? Principle 2 of the Poisson process. Balikan natin. Sabi doon sa number 2, yan, ito, the probability that a single outcome will occur during a very short time interval on a small region is proportional to the length of time intervals or the size of the region and does not depend, independent, on the number of outcomes occurring outside the time interval or region. Na same lang din doon sa ating or related sa binomial distribution nga na may independence, no? Independent sa mga repeated trial natin, kung naalala niyo. Okay? Allowing the parameter p to be close to 0 relates to principle 3 of the Poisson process. So, ano naman yung Poisson process number 3 or principle number 3? Na the probability that more than one outcome will occur in a short time interval or fall in such small region is negligible or 0 na. Yun yun. No, yung number 3. Indeed, if n is large and p is close to 0, the Poisson distribution can be used with mean is equal to np. So, sabihin, yung ating mean na, kapag close to 0 yung ating p, so, magiging n multiplied by p, yung ating mean. Okay, so, ito na yung atitawag na approximation. So, approximate the binomial probabilities. If p is close to 1, we can still use the Poisson distribution to approximate binomial probabilities by interchanging what we have defined to be a success and a failure. So, dapat define talaga ano ba yung success mo, ano yung failure mo. Diba? So, from binomial, that is p plus q is equal to 1. Okay? Thereby, changing p to a value close to 0. Kaya, magagamit pa rin natin, or kaya natin mag-approximate ng ating binomial distribution using a Poisson distribution. Okay? So, ito siya, no? To have this, no? Let x be a binomial random variable with a probability distribution. Ayan. Ito, di ba, naalala nyo? This is binomial distribution or probability distribution. When n is at infinity and p is close to 0, np is mean that remains constant. Ayun yun. So, lalabas, from this binomial distribution, this is a binomial, di ba? Binomial distribution. Since yung ating ng p ay close na sa 0 at yung n natin reaches at infinity, so lalabas from binomial, ina-approximate natin to a Poisson distribution. Ayan. Yan na. No? Yan yung tatawag natin na approximation. Ito yon. we are doing approximation using Poisson distribution. Ng ano? Nung binomial distribution dahil nga sa case na ganito. Okay? To understand that, let's have a sample problem. Para maintindihan natin yung concept na bakit tayo nag-approximate? Why is it that we are using a Poisson distribution on a binomial distribution problem? Okay? So let's have this example. So if a certain industrial facility accidents occur frequently, so yan may nangyayari daw. It is known that the probability of an accident on a given day is 0.005. Ulit, 0.005. And an accidents are independent of each other. So walang kinalaman yung aksidente ng isa sa isa, parang gano'n. So letter A, what is the probability that any given period of 400 days, there will be an accident of 1 day, on 1 day? Ano daw ang probability na yon? And letter B, what is the probability that there are at most 3 days with an accident? Ito na. So mahirap to kung titignan natin sa in the length of binomial distribution. No? Mahirap siyang gawin dahil kung titignan natin yung problem dito na natin ilagay, ang n natin dito malamang ay kung titignan natin para sa letter A ay 400. O 400 days. Yan yung n. 'Di ba? Tinatanong sa letter A, any given period of 400 days. Ngayon, yung probability niya ay 0.005 daw to any given day. Ito yung kumbaga probability na magkakaroon ng accident. Yan. Accident. So kung walang accident, yung 1 minus p, parang ganon. Okay? Yun nga, dahil close to 0 na yung ating probability, paano natin siya gagawin? So, lalabas na, paano na? Kung titignan natin yung ating sagot. So, dahil close na to sa 0, di ba, almost ano na to, approaching 0 na. So, malamang, from binomial, gagamit na tayo ng Poisson distribution. Ano yun? Yung pagkuha natin na ng mean. Ano yung mean natin? N times P. O, N natin ay 400 multiplied by 0.005. So, this is equal to 2. Yun na. So, dito, mukhang from binomial distribution, ito. Yan, this is a binomial distribution. Magiging Poisson distribution na tayo dito ngayon. Yan, BD, binomial distribution, magiging Poisson distribution na. Dahil nga, yung ating probability ay, or P, or notation natin ng P, or parameter P, ay close na sa 0. Okay? So, from there, makakapagsagot na tayo using a Poisson distribution. Okay? O, sige, sagutan natin siya. Dito nakalagay sa letter A, dito na lang. Sa letter A, ang sinasabi sa atin daw ay, balikan natin yung problem. Sabi, any given period, what's the probability of any given period of 400 days, there will be an accident on 1 day. So, lumalabas sa A, parang ang X natin dito is exactly 1. No? Ano N natin? 400. Pero dahil nga yung probability natin ay close na sa 0.005, so using yung ating from binomial to Poisson na NP, nagiging 400 times 0.005 is equal to 2. Yan na. So probability ng X is equal to 1 using Poisson distribution. Ano nga ulit yung formula? Di ba meron tayong pag-eksakto siya? No, pag-eksakto. Meron tayong formula na ginagamit. Ito. No, ito yung eksakto. Kunin natin to. Pag-eksakto daw yung ating formula. Ayan. Ito daw. Yan na siya. Pag-eksakto yung ating formula. So, lalabas na P, X natin ay 1. Ano yung lambda t? Lambda t is mu, 2. Is equal to e raised to negative lambda t, e raised to negative 2, multiplied by lambda t is 2, raised to 1, over, ano daw yan? X natin, 1 factorial. O, yan na. So, pwede natin siyang idiretso na sa calculator. No? Ganun siya kadali. Or, 1 factorial is 1 naman. So, kung pipinotin sa calculator yan, lalabas yan, no? rounded off 0.271. Okay? Okay? So, yan yung sagot. Exactly 1 yan. Ito. Yan. Exactly 1. Okay? This is exactly 1. Ano yan? 1 yan. Exactly 1 day na merong accident. Okay? Yan. That accident occurs. Saan? Sa 400 days. Ito. Okay? So, yun yung sa letter A natin. So, kung tinitingnan natin siya, may N, may P, parang, oops, binomial. Pero dahil nga yung P natin ay close na sa 0, gagawin na natin siya ngayong Poisson distribution. Okay? So, that is the answer for letter A. How about letter B? Sa letter B, what is the probability that there are at most 3 days with an accident? 3 days. So, kung 3 days yon, so at most tama ba? At most ba? O there are at most 3 days. So, kung at most 3 days yan, so parang hanggang 3. No? Hanggang 3. O hindi ka pwedeng bumaba ng 3. Parang ganon. No? Or should I say yung X mo? Yan. Okay? Dito. At most, what is the probability that there are at most 3 days with an accident? Ayan. So, lalabas yan para sa letter B. Ang pinahanap sa atin ay probability na X na less than equal sa 3. So, di ba, at most 3 days with an accident. O kaya nga, hindi ka nga pwedeng yung X natin ay less than dun sa 3. No? 3 days with an accident. Ayan. At most 3 days. So, parang ano yon, pabalik, no? Parang ganon. So, dahil hinihanap natin yung sum, no? Parang from 0 to 3. Parang ganon, no? 0 to 3 yung hinahanap natin. Okay? So, from 0 to 3, so binomial sum, or should I say, probability sum, yung hinahanap natin, pwede naman natin siyang tignan doon sa ating table. Diba? Pwede natin siyang tignan sa table natin eh. So, ano yon? Yung mean natin ay 4. Then, we have the X nga na, ito pala, X is less than equal to 3. So, tingin sa table, balikan natin, mean ay 4. So, malamang nandito banda. Yan, ito na. Mean natin ay 4 ito, pero this time sa 3 tayo titingin, or yung sum niya. So, baka ito nga, ito. Yan, 0.4335. Okay, 0.4335. So, from there, so, kung yan ang pinapawag sa atin, equal to sa summation ng probability ng ano daw? That is, yung X natin ay X, yan, tapos mean natin ay 4. So, from 0 to 3, so that is equal to, saan to? 0. Balikan natin yung table. This is equal to 0.4335. Ngayon ang tanong, yun na ba ang sagot? 0.4335 na ba agad? 0.4335. Yan na ba yon? Kasi at most 3 daw eh. Mukhang hindi. Dahil, ganito ba natin siya isosolve? Hindi. No? Mali pala tayo ng mean. So, ang mean natin ay 2. No? So, ulitin natin. So, yung mean natin ay 2, at hindi 4. Yan. 2. Okay? So, this is 2. So, tingnan natin kung 2. Tingnan natin kung tatama na. 2 daw ang mean. O, dito daw pala, 2. 2, tapos 3. Yan. Ito. So, 0.8571. Yun pala ang sagot. So, ang tanong, yun na ba talaga ang sagot? 0.8571. Or, kung 3 decimal, 0.857. Or 85.71%. Ito na, dahil ang tinatanong sa atin ay at most 3 daw mangyayari yung accident. Okay, that's the answer. 0.8571 or 85.71 Okay? So, next tayo, example number 4. In a manufacturing process where glass products are made, defects or bubbles occur, occasionally rendering the piece undesirable for marketing. It is known that on average, 1 in every 1,000 of these items produced has 1 or more bubbles. What is the probability that a random sample of 8,000 will yield fewer than 7 items possessing bubbles? So, medyo tricky na yung question. No, medyo tricky na. Paano natin sasagutan to? So, dito sa problem, nagbanggit siya ng probability. No, nagbanggit siya. At yung probability na yon ay in terms na ng ating or mean, no? Tinignan niya in a mean probability. Ito na. Ayan, no? On average. Ano daw? Parang 1 over 1,000. O yan na yung mean natin. No, dahil sinabi niya 1 on 1,000. Parang lambda t. No? Ganon ang kanyang notation. Naka-lambda t yung ating pinapahanap. Yan. O, this is equal to 0.001. O, meron tayong mean. Ngayon, ang tanong ay, sample daw, random sample na 800. Ito bang, 8,000? Ito bang 8,000 yung ating N? Yan, samples. 7 items daw possessing bubbles. Ano yun? Ano yung 7 na yon? Yung 7 na yon ay fewer than. So, lalabas, X is less than 7. Fewer eh. Diba yung term niya? Fewer. So, pinapasa natin yung probability ng X is less than 7. Ngayon, since mukhang close na sa ating P pala to, P. Yan. Yung ating P ay close na sa ating 0 na value. So, ating mean ay NP. Or this is 8,000 multiplied by 0.001. So, this is equal sa 8 na. No? 8 yung ating mean. So, kung titingnan natin, no, kung gagamit tayo ng table, paano to? No, kung gagamit tayo ng table. Paano natin siya titingnan? Titingnan ba natin sa in the length of a binomial or in the length of Poisson distribution? So, let's see. So, lalabas daw na probability, parang lalabas siya na probability ng X, Poisson distribution to, 8. Ito, no? Yan, Poisson distribution, ito. PD na lang, Poisson distribution. So, paano na to? Ano yung X natin? Sabi, fewer than 7. Ano ba yung fewer than 7? So, that is X is equal to 6, 5 hanggang 0. So, ang hinahanap sa atin ay, summation ng binomial o parang Poisson distribution ng X na merong mean na 8 ranging from 0 to 6. Kasi yun yung fewer 7. So, titingnan natin sa table. Balikan natin. So, mean dapat 8. O, lagpas tayo dito. Yan. Mean daw natin ay 8, pero yung ating R or X ay from 6. Ito, magsasum tayo. So, kung titingnan, ito siya. 0.3134. O, yan na yung sagot natin dahil ang pinapahanap naman sa atin ay fewer than 7. Okay? So, yan na. So, kung fewer than 7, X is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, our answer here sa ating pinapahanap ay 0.3134 or kung gagawin percent, 31.34%. Okay? That's the answer for this problem. Okay? And that ends our discussion on Poisson distribution.